Welcome, Virgo. I have some really cool information for you today. Number one, I pulled some cards for you before the video, and I had to show it to you because it came up so beautifully, and I was getting a lot of downloads about the star system today, and the way it came up was just perfect. And that comes up, so check out my Instagram. It's a long Instagram with the crystal angels cards, so check that out. It's an important message. Some stuff in there could definitely trigger some memory in you. But I was doing my meditation for you guys to see what visual was coming up as your message. And the way it came up was I was first seeing the bonnet, like in Little House on the Prairie, that the feminine wears. And then because I got this recently, was the speaker, like the megaphone, and then turns over, when you put it face down, it becomes like the Liberty Bell. That was coming up, but they were really just trying to get me to that shape of the bonnet. But Liberty Bell was coming up as the bell of the ball. And then MO was coming up, and MO keeps coming up in the Crystal Angels cards because it's part of some of the stones, MO. But MO kept coming in as their MO, where here was coming up as Mo, Larry, Mo, and Curly. So Mo was coming up specifically, he always had that bowl haircut. So what my guides were telling me, they were trying to show me that the galactic center is not the same. It's 444 in the clock. The galactic center is not the same for the masculine and feminine energies. Very interesting. So I was asking, so please show me what the difference is. So they were giving me, right away I was getting that the masculine with Mo is the way you expect it to be, right? That it's like that dome of his haircut and the galactic center. But the feminine nook, the feminine was coming up as the feminine bowing her head. Like, so the Little House on the Prairie bonnet, she'd have to bow her head to where the hat gathers together, as opposed to a normal hat, which would be more on the top of the head. And then they were giving me specifically in the nook at the back of the bottom, of the head, where your skull connects to your neck. And so I wanted more information than that. So I went more into it. And they were showing me too that when she bows her head, she's then making herself vulnerable, which is a lot of the reason why the feminine always had to bow to the masculine in the past, right? In the distorted version. And again, that's showing her vulnerability. So that's something she would do to her loved ones, right? Not to someone that is in power. So the galactic centers are not the same. The divine masculine, as you understand, but the divine feminine, I was then getting these visuals of the donkey's mouth. And they were showing me the buck teeth, really funny. 2 big buck teeth up and lowered. And the donkey was like shuddering. Like Teddy likes to nibble on my fingernails, like grinding your teeth at night. So that was coming up as well. But they weren't showing me the grinding of the fingernails of the donkey. The donkey was trying to open his mouth, but his jaw was just shaking. He would get shudders, and he's trying to open, like you'd try to pull open a crocodile's mouth. But again, it was definitely that chattering motion, but the opposite direction. Instead of being chattering down on a nail, it was chattering open to try to pry open. And then lockjaw came up. And then I was seeing a right angle. So I was doing a lot with arc secs today. The arc minutes and arc seconds, which has to do with the measurement of distance of the planets and the stars, which I don't get it all, but I was trying to calculate something that was coming up in the messages before I did my Crystal Angels read today, which actually took a long time as well. So I spent hours with these downloads today. But the twin bubbles at the galactic center were coming up. And the 90 degrees, because I'd actually come across an image. I think it was on the picture of the galactic bubbles at the galactic center. And they showed a right angle on that picture, literally. And then I was getting the square, which is the diamond, if you turn it, right, an eighth of a turn. And then the double diamond twins were coming up, the sun, the star, and then I pulled the sun, the star, and the earth here with the gift, which is the gift of light here, and the 5 of celebrations. And you notice when these three add up, it's 95, which is so weird because I took 95 for Thanksgiving to go to the ocean for Thanksgiving. And then you add 5 more, you have 100%. So there's this energy here of the double diamond sun, star, and earth. But earth was coming up as the 36, which is the atlas energy, the map. And they were telling me that earth is like a miniature map of the galactic dome. And then the energy of measuring arc is like you draw a line from like earth to the sun and then earth to Sirius, and then you get the angle between those two as far as arc measurements. So I was getting that energy for Sirius, right? This is very much like Sirius, and this is our sun. And then here's this map of arc minutes to the central sun, because remember I told you the galactic center is not the same for the masculine as the feminine, because I'm getting really that this is going home to the source, whereas this is going to a galactic center, but it's not God, right? This is more of that God energy here. So the earth is the Sirius gifts that have been gifted to you, right, in our solar system here. And then earth to sun was coming up as the home. And then earth, actually, the world card was referencing, like I said, a scale map of the dome. And that's getting Lyran energies as well. So again, the gift from the stars, which is our gift of our galaxy and our universe. And then here's that source direct energy, and then the arc between them. Oh, now they're giving me, see this, you know how I always say God's birthday keeps coming up for me. It first came up as December 7th and then as December 13th. And then I realized it was 7 days in the week, and it was very, very cool the way it was coming up. And so I see God as Mr. Ed in Sagittarius anyway. But then, and then also our galactic center is Sagittarius A, which then, again, was resonating with that same information. But the 7 to the 6 to the 13 is also 6, which is the 6 degrees of separation. So, and again, read my Instagram, because that's a lot on that, what I got with all the planetary stuff today. So that might help you get whatever comes through in this message today for us. And also 7:13 Matthew came up and 7:13 Daniel, so you can read both of those lines. Oh, and in Astro Weekly, Sagittarius 7th degree actually means heart, and 13th degree meant degree of acting. So it was literally, and all of the degrees in between were kind of a bunch of crap. You wouldn't want to be at that degree anyway. So it was like, it's like the degrees that it takes to get from your heart to manifest and take action at the 13th degree after going through the dark night of the soul. It was really cool the way it was coming up. So from there, oh, and before I forget, the last thing that came up was, so I went to look up, the back of the head to see which organ they were specifically talking about. And right away, I didn't have to look up the pictures basically, because hippocampus came up right away regarding arc seconds. So it came up in a totally different area. So it was so cool the way it came up. But the hippocampus was coming up, which would be like right under the back of the skull and in towards the center of your skull. So there's all of these, different level references there. So let's get going with your message, Virgo, and see what else comes up. I have called in all your guides and angels for the best and highest good of all who's concerned. And again, the energy of the gift, the 5 is freedom, change, and expansion, also the Hierophant. And the gift is the rolling stone. It's the EM3W, all together become literally the box, the gift, which then turned a quarter becomes the diamond shape as well. And the bow is the ash. When you put the A and E together, it becomes like a bow, and that's the ash on top, which means bright light in Pleiadian. You're ready to bring new and exciting things into your life was the underlying energy here. And there, look at that, because this is all like planetary stuff. We got the moon here too in the underlying energy as part of the gift of your world. And the moon is the number 21. So the moon is, part of the package with the moon and the world and the way it's set up. And again, if the world is the reference, then the moon is part of the reference as well. In the likeness of God, energy is coming up here. Okay, so remember that the sun, the star, and the world here, along with the moon and the underlying energy, which comes up as the daughter energy. So let's see what comes up for you as I pull that, as we are using this deck to set the tone, which you have that already, but I will pull again. We have the Rider-Waite Mini for clarifiers. We're using the Universal Golden for all uprights for your read. And then Messages of Love at the end for Virgo. And this is Virgo November. We're at the end of November going into December. As we're going into that December 7th to 13th portal right there. And I already got a download about the fact that we're in that Saggy Gate portal already of 1212. Okay. I don't think I've forgotten any of it. It was a lot. I had to write it down to remember it all. All right, so for Virgo, for the best and highest good of all is concerned. And by the way, that 444 was significant too. It came up as something. It came up in the gematria entries that came up because I was doing some of my mini 12 deck reads. And the 444 was coming up in some of the words that were coming up there. And the 444 base is the angelic realm energy. But it was coming up as some other things that were very interesting too. I wonder if I have that right here. Let me see if I have it in my book. So your read might be going a little longer than usual, which they're already long this month. So yeah, it's coming up. Dialogue came up with 444 and 74. A bunch of them came up with 444 and 74 in gematria. But the number that I was looking up was 296 because it was coming up in the read. And it was interesting because 331 came up first as the number on the code line, which, you know, I don't usually get triple digits in the code line. And then 296 was part of that. It was 926 and 296. So in 331, the first entry was Emmanuel, and in 296, the second entry was Manuel. So that was interesting. And then Esau came up, which is the twin of Jacob, came up in 296 as well. And the 10th entry was Dialogue, which was that 444, which came up in the 331 entry. The Tarot came up as 444 and 74. But in the separate number, 296, Dialogue and Bitter both came up with 444 and 74. And Brighton, I know it was number 11, which was significant to me. 1, 2, 3, 4. 296 was Abundance, Manuel, Blood Moon, and then Esau, or again, the twin with Jacob. So that significance was coming up. And then Imagination. So yeah, some interesting stuff came up. Virgo, November to December 2023. Best and highest good of all is concerned. This is now 4:56 on the clock. Oh, that came right out. Look at that. You have Fire, which is number 10, which is the Wheel of Fortune, the Destiny card, but also the fire energy. And again, that's been coming up as burning off all the little residual pieces, like revving the engine, getting off that last stuff off the engine. And again, this is the energy of burning the cross as well. No more of that. Let go of the emotional upheaval and embrace the renewal of the present. And then there's that Lyran SIRIAN energy. Again, with the lion and the 16 is the tower. That sudden energy of destiny and the harnessing of the loyal and protective aura of the lion, and charge ahead magnificently. And 10 and 16 is 26, which is that Page of Wands, which is also Newton's cradle for me. It's been coming up that way. And then we have the 23 of this year, and the King of Wands, and the Owl energy of wisdom. There are spiritual messages and great wisdom to be found during this period of transition. So I'm getting in the Saggy Gate. And so we have the Lion's Gate to reference that, okay? Because it's the energy of, I always get them as Ram's Gate, Lion's Gate, and then Saggy Gate or Archer Gate comes up for me. And then the bottom of the deck comes up as Birth. And I can't remember who had this on the last read I did. I don't know if this was Leo or not. It might have been. All right, they just had this as the main card that came out. So there may be a connection to you and Leo because you're having this again. So the underlying energy is Birth with the 4, which is the Emperor, and stability, structure, building. But it's also the manifestation of survival as opposed to the 8, of dreams. And then it's also the L and the 1 of the lambda leap, because the 1 is 2 dots and an arc between. All right, so the birthing, the father and son, I think, was coming up for Leo. So there's definitely significant energies around the divine masculine there. And here you have the fire of the cross and that rebel yell, that longing. And these two come up a lot together lately, the lion and the owl. And we have Libra, Scorpio, and then the King of Wands here for me, fire. Oh, look, and then he's opening his mouth, like I was describing, trying to open the, and look at the right angle. It's a right angle, okay? The right angle, and it goes right back to the hippocampus is what I'm getting. That's what they were trying to describe. Oh, cool. And we have wings here too. Oh, the wings on the feet were coming up, or the shoes, right? A set of wings on both pairs. 10, 20, 30, 49. So it's 49, which is getting your wish. The destined tower. The destined tower of the King of Wands, which is this year. So this is coming up in Sagittarius. This sudden longing. And the messages coming through. And again, this is that jump, through the ring of fire is the SIRIAN STARSEED card that it's reminding me of, which has a lot of Sagittarius energies in it, but it's also that Leo lion energy. But it's that it's the totem, the Tyon, the tiger lioness totem, being piggybacked with each other. Lion's Gate and then Saggy Gate. A lot of stuff's coming on. Okay. So let's see what's coming up for you as far as the main read. The wisdom of the longing. Right? Having gone through the fire. And again, we're still in the eclipse energies, which is coming up with this. But having gone through the fire of the cross, right, of the past 2,000 years, which keeps coming up as around the world in AD days, referencing through till now, 2023, and the suffering that we've experienced in the collective through Lion's Gate, and that, through the eye of the tiger and the rebel cry, which is the lion, and Spirit's connecting with me, that rebel yell, and the wisdom that comes through from that as the owl, which is the O of the human embodiment of source, the W of the co-creation, the 2 V's, and then the L of the leap, the human co-creation with source, right? Not just to the galactic center, but home to source, right? Again, the sun, the natural sun of Leo. But the tiger, it's, they're telling me the right angle is the 2 of them, right? So you normally think of Leo as the galactic center, right? Sirius. But Saggy Gate as Mr. Ed, as God, right? So that's coming up as the true source center. Very cool. And again, it doesn't matter what this is, because that SIRIAN Starseed deck for me comes up as both lion and tiger. So it's referencing the masculine and feminine, right? The crown and the hippocampus. Very interesting. All right, Virgo. Let's get going here. Sorry it's taken so long. It's a lot of cool information though. November to December for Virgo, 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 for the best and highest good of all is concerned. Oh, hippo came up in another way too. Virgo, Virgo, Virgo. November to December 2023 now. All right. So the hippo also came up in, it's in my Instagram, one of the clusters. I looked up the picture of it, and there was literally a picture of all sorts of characters in there, but one significantly in the middle. Oh, it was the pipe. So the pipe, not cluster, but nebula. Literally, there looks like a hippo right in the middle of it. So let's see, your first card, Hippocampus. All right, we have the Nine of Pentacles, the Sovereign. Wonderful energy here. So this is all about, this could be someone who's pregnant, and it doesn't have to be someone young. If she's pregnant, she's probably young. But this references the independence of someone at any age, right? Where they have everything they could ever want. They're very happy with themselves. Maybe they need a partner, maybe they don't. They could be with someone already, but just very independent. Their sovereignty can represent being single as well. And she has, oh, look how she's wearing a dome over her head too. And then the bird's wearing one too. But it's more like a mat. It's like a mask. But see how his hairs are sticking straight up. And hers are pushed down out right here. Isn't that interesting? So the hairs are being shown too, because the hairs were coming up yesterday, the day before when I did my last one. How, you know how your hairs all stick up when you get a big connection. Well, your hairs on your head do too. They're just heavier, so they don't stick up straight. But don't forget that they are an antenna as well. All right, so Nine of Pentacles. The connection, or the challenge here for you is the Three of Pentacles. And this is co-creation. So this can be anywhere, whether it's your workplace, the gym, church, you know, the art center, whatever you're doing here. There is an energy of religion here, or perhaps something very spiritual. It doesn't have to be religious. But again, artwork, he's creating a statue there. I'm getting Ia. I don't even know if it's Ia. I think it's Anu, actually. So again, that's would be the Anunnaki father, and then Enki and Enlil, or Enki is Ia, has been coming up a lot. So check out Elena Danon's channel if you haven't. You'll learn all about that. But also Michael Sala. But that's what I'm getting here. And this is, you know, this is like the human chipping away at the statues we have of all the gods and goddesses, you know, who came so long ago when we were here with Atlantis and Lemuria. And again, Egyptian energies as well. I'm getting more Roman actually here. And Andromeda was coming up. So they're reminding me because Rome is in Andromeda. So Andromeda also came up in my messages. And now Pegasus is coming up too. So the foundation here is the King of Pentacles. Wow, you have a lot of Earth right here. That's very positive. We have the King of Pentacles. In this deck, he looks like he might have had some kind of like injury or stroke here, where he's sitting down. Or perhaps he's just doing his talks in another way outside in nature, as opposed to doing them the way he'd normally do them. And maybe he's just at home doing videos. But you know, she's wearing orange, and she's got peach. And his beard's coming up too. And this microphone's coming up too. I was looking for a, you know, on the keyboard, they don't have a degree symbol. And I was looking for something on my phone that looked like a degree symbol that I could use instead of writing degrees out. But the only thing I could find was the pin. Like it's a red ball pin, and then the pin. And that's what it's reminding me of. The pin. Why is he talking into a pin? And that's like a tack pin. Maybe he had a heart attack. But I'm also getting the pin. Pin is my diagram of how the energy works between the masculine and the feminine, where the feminine collects the energy from the sun, the central sun of source. Not the galactic center, but the source energy. And then it comes down in the two circles at the bottom of the pin, where the first circle is the feminine, then it goes into the masculine circle, into the back of the pin, which is that connects to the housing on top, which is that masculine energy of protection. It pulls the pin closed, becomes a vacuum sealed until the energy is used up, and then the pin falls open again for the feminine to collect the energy again. So that's coming up for whatever reason for you guys. In the recent past here, you have the Ten of Pentacles. Wow. Virgo. Virgo. And remember that Pentacles is the final suit. You have the Nine of Pentacles, the Ten of Pentacles. The Three of Pentacles is my card of co-creation, and the King of Pentacles. This is about, legacy. It can be family, business, community. This could be, it's multi-generational. So you have the nursing home, the rest home, the hospital, the bridging to different buildings, the bridging to different cities, coming to a meeting place of coming together of all of those things. Not just bridging between families, but between hospitals, between cities. And again, that energy of legacy here. I'm getting something else though too with legacy. And again, like online programs too, to look up your history is coming up, which is legacy. I'm getting leg, you see? I'm getting a peg leg. I'm getting leg, you see, as far as the third. Oh, that came up in one of my messages too, right? You always think of the three-legged race, where you have to keep up with each other in order to move forward. But I was getting, we're no longer in the three-legged race, we're now in the four-legged race. You each have your own legs, but you can still remain together. You don't need to be tied together to stay together. Wow, that's a really big message. Oh my God. Crowning is the Four of Pentacles, which is that kind of Scroogey energy. He maybe doesn't want to share, or he doesn't have a lot to share right now. Is somebody homeless? Is somebody just keeping things to themselves, keeping their cards close to their chest? All right, you have all Pentacles. That never happens. Not for me anyway. What's coming up for you next? And some of these could be reversed energies, so we'll see when we get the clarifiers. We have the Hanging Man. Awakened, this can represent ego, but there's the hair, right? The magnetized hair. This can represent ego, but also awakening, feeling the magnet pulling things up. This could also be, hanging on an inversion table to help, or a gravity chair perhaps. But there's some kind of awakening here, or knowing, right? See, having that aha moment. That's the end of my Instagram today, right? Having that, hold. So the end of my Instagram message, I was getting, all the pictures were like of the feminines holding the sphere, holding the sphere, holding the sphere. And now I'm getting the pin reference again too. Holding the sphere, and then ... that aha moment. So this is bringing that in after a long time of holding, and you have 10 Pentacles there, which is a long, long time. So you see yourself as the High Priestess. Wow. Which for me comes up as Pisces, but also Virgo as well. So that's natural to you. She's very comfortable. She could be dealing with Viking energy and the hook in the third eyes, trying to clear out that energy, or someone trying to hook onto her train. We have the green and the purple, which is referencing the heart and the third eye, perhaps to the crown as well. And then, what else is coming through? So the Three Stooges had come through before, and the donkey. But I swear there's another, what was the other reference? Oh, Little House on the Prairie was coming up. But now like Popeye and olive oil are coming up as well. There's also that energy of Greek and Roman times is coming up. But like I said, this was coming up as Roman. So there's a Roman focus here as the challenge here. right? Dealing with, and that could be the Catholic Church as well with the Pope. There could be a reference there to challenges with that. What's around the High Priestess, or how others might see you, where, oh, the pillars are coming up too. In the galactic center, there's the twin bubbles, and then they call them, what do they call them? They're like the pillars, which have been coming up a lot in my reads about escorting the moon, and they're escorting the galactic center with the twin bubbles there, and they're called, not statues, but I'm trying to remember let's see. Oh, chimneys. They're plasma, energy plasma, like pillars called chimneys in the galactic center. So it's coming up. And the twin bubbles are the E Rosita. Okay. So you see yourself as the High Priestess, perhaps as using your psychic abilities or gifts. This could be a sister energy, an aide, a nurse, a religious person, a spiritual person. All of those things can be represented by this card. I'm getting Sister Act as well. So again, we have the King of Pentacles and the High Priestess right here sitting next to each other. You know, and it's giving you the reference of being older, right? He might have been through something physically, and she might have too. She's been through something psychically, emotionally, etherically. And then you have what's around her, how others might see you, Virgo, is the Two of Cups. Like, wow, this is really beautiful. Someone might see you as someone who likes to be with a partner, to bounce things off of, to do things with, right? You might want your alone time, but they see you as someone who should be partnered here. Or perhaps someone who mediates or sees eye to eye or is able to bring other people to the middle here. The block here for you is the Empress. There's a lot of powerful feminine energy here too. And so again, she is that birthing energy as well. So you have two birthing energies. The younger birthing energy is the center of your read. The older birthing energy is the block for you. Perhaps getting older, age is coming up as a block for you. And I've been doing that manifesting agelessness. And I don't really care how old I am, but I am doing that. And when you manifest ageless, you're not supposed to actually say your age, because you're ageless. But anyway, she's coming up on a chair, and it looks like a field or a park or a golf course. Something behind her with lots of nature here, evergreens perhaps. And she doesn't have her heart on her sleeve, but she has it literally sitting next to her chair. Like it's been separated from her. And again, so you could be associating older age with having no heart, right? Because to be young at heart is that reference to having your dreams come true. So it's really about the heart. Being young at heart. Right? And I say that all the time, right? That slogan. And I'm blanking out on it right now, of course. All right, so, and the Empress is Taurus energy. And this is Pisces, perhaps Virgo. Sometimes Aquarius will come up, but this is your read. So it's that Virgo or Pisces energy. Maybe you have Pisces in your chart. Maybe you have it in someone who's around you. And then all this Earth. So I'd say all three Earth signs are probably coming up for you. You already have Taurus and Virgo. So Capricorn. You have all three. And then this can be Pisces as well. So you have all three Earth signs and Pisces for sure. And then what's coming up here at the end? Wow. All I can say is wow. I don't even care if any of them are reversed. It doesn't really matter, because the basis of the read, all upright, is where you're headed. And this is like unbelievable. You have the Wheel of Fortune here, your destiny, which is bringing, for me, this is Libra. Coming full circle. We have the orange energy again. All the orange sacral energies are coming through. We have the magenta coming through here too. The orange and the magentas. But you're dressed in green and purple. Very interesting. So it's like the masculine's bringing that energy through. And again, blanketing giving a blanket to someone. Maybe somebody got a blanket at Thanksgiving. But there's all this blanketing energy. Blanketing, blanketing. He's like in a robe that's like a blanket. And she looks very blanketed too. This is comfortable. Like not needing to impress anyone. Finding your comfort zone. And what's connecting this to what's left hanging in limbo? And don't forget, with this Destiny card is the Sphinx schooling the golden goose, right? Keeping their wings in check, right? This one are doing what they're supposed to do, but this one's acting up a bit there. He's like, but maybe doesn't understand what he's trying to read. I don't get it. Don't talk out of turn. Go back and wait your turn. So again, patience, my dear. We have what's connecting to what's left hanging in limbo is the Lovers. Oh my gosh. Wow. And here I'm getting the umbrella with the galactic dome, right? The, what's the word I'm thinking of? Not the dome and not the umbrella, but the canopy. This is coming up as the canopy of the Lovers. The messengers you are. And like I said, that we don't need the three-legged race anymore. You can stand on your own and be together. And that is the Lovers, the divine lovers. You know, it's literally the depiction of Adam and Eve. He's looking down. I literally have the statue of this where the Masons, she's actually looking down and he's searching the universe for her. Or is she doing that? Or maybe he is looking down in that too, where she's searching the universe. It's a beautiful statue because they move as you turn it around. But it's that energy of, like, I know you're there, but where are you? I can't see you. Adam, where are you? Like, I know you're right there, but show me. I still can't quite see you yet. But they may suddenly show up, okay? They're going to manifest. That's all I got to say to you. That's kind of crazy. And then we have the judgment card, the wake-up call, the announcement, the call. Right? The rescue as well. The wake, and again, coming out of the coffins. And I'm getting Michael Jackson and Thriller. It's a thriller. And he's Michael, right? Archangel Michael always comes up for me in that one. So we have Archangel Michael with Thriller and Archangel Gabriel. And I'm getting Peter Gabriel. So Peter Gabriel and Michael Jackson, and who was coming up recently that they want me to bring up? I'm getting George Michael's. You gotta have faith. Because you gotta have faith. All right, so we're gonna pull a few cards for the end. Wow, I've never done a read like this. I don't know. Let's see what comes out for you guys. And I'm getting the messengers here too, right? So the two, you come together as the messengers, and that's coming up here. Yeah, we'll bring that up to the King of Wands. All right. The underlying energy for you is the Five of Cups. And there's that desolate energy of grieving. You're grieving loss or regret, the past, any guilt and shame. But this is this energy of something that's no longer there, feeling the emptiness of it. And again, that longing of the lion right here. But the wisdom to know the difference, right? The faith, staying in your faith. Faith, you gotta have faith, baby. So we're starting out with the devil here. We have the devil, which is Capricorn, and they're chained together. And I always get the movie theater because it looks like the attendant at one of the movie theaters I go to. And here you have the big knocker, like the door. Here's the door. Did you ever see this as a door? No, because they're really big. And these are the giants, the giants that were chained together. But this is a human-sized door. I never got it that way before. And the devil hovering over this portal. And this is coming up as that knocker, you know, as the door. The door. But he's hanging over it. So how can you open it without getting chained? So coming up from the devil here, we have the Queen of Pentacles. We have the Eight of Pentacles, which can represent the feminine and the masculine. This is very dry. There's no water involved there. She's trying to dip her toe in, but there's nothing, no emotion to dip it into. And then we got the Eight of Pentacles of the, right, the masculine non-stop working, you know, like an assembly line. And then we have the green door over here, referencing the heart, the door to the heart, but also green, being healthy. And then this can be, that can be led, you know. Oh, I'm getting to be led. Oh, interesting. Because lead, you know, for radiation, x-rays, that kind of stuff. But also maybe someone doesn't know that there's lead in the doorway there. Or, and again, their message is being blocked by lead, but also is coming up as being led through this door, the green door, the door of the heart. We have the Two of Swords. And again, this is keeping to yourself, to keep your energy clear, or pretending not to know because you don't want to deal with it because you're not ready to get knocked off balance here. And again, we have that blanketing here and here. Very comfortable energies here. And this is more of the heart, the green and blue, so from the heart to the throat chakra. And then we have the innocent children over here loving each other, coming over the bridge and meeting. I'm getting for the first time. It's like the first time. I'm getting the song. Like the first time. And I'm getting 50 first dates as well. And Spirit's connecting with me. It's really beautiful. And then here we have, again, the twin energy. And here's the old, the Akashic records, right? The radiation, the skull and crossbones energy that we have burned up over here. And they're not picking this one. They're pulling it out of the binding, so the binding falls apart of the old. They have the world in their other hand. Right? Someone's wearing a cap to keep their head warm. It was really cold out today. But again, there's this shamanistic energy. Somebody could be going through some kind of treatment with radiation. And then we have the Emperor and the underlying energy. And here's the Empress, which is the block over here. So he's coming up. And that's Aries energy. And he also is the medical energy of like the medical cap and the boots, but also they're like ski boots as well. And again, he's blanketed in olive green. So now I'm getting olive oil and papaya again. And then this desolate energy here. And I'm getting pen. I mean, that's just an example, but it could be pen specifically. So Penn was built on this desolate land, right? That was the other side of the tracks where Penn was built across from the river from Philadelphia, right? It was this, you know, and there's that bridge of like, who would want to be there? But I also get, like I said, this came up the other day, and I never saw this before this week. My son works at University of West Virginia, and the camp, you know, it's just a college town, and they have the campus down here on the water, and then up on the hill is the other sports center. So it's very interesting how they're both coming up, both areas. I'm not sure why that is and how that's going to relate to you, but I guess you'll know. So we have the Emperor. We have this choice of path. We have the innocent ones here, crossing the bridge, being in their knowing, keeping their energy clear, and working hard, getting aligned, getting their ducks in a row, as the Queen of Pentacles, and perhaps the masculine as well. In their earth energies, very well grounded, keeping clear, and again, and their inner child work, to choose a path as the Emperor, and the Emperor represents control of responsibility, really. And the only one the only energy really truly in control is source. So there's this energy of always keeping your connection to source here so that you don't go into sadness or to fall back into that trap of codependency, or again, the energy that you remember from a long time ago where you were the slave over here, right? Because we have the slave labor over here. You have the Ten of Wands, which is that Atlas energy of being the slave of the devil. And there's that Michael Jackson energy, my Michael Jackson, Richard Simmons magician there. So, and Michael Jackson's Virgo. So, he may be coming through for that reason. I don't know if Richard Simmons was. He could be. I don't know though what he was. All right. Okay, Virgo. We have a mission here. Remember, Virgo is the middle of the astrological chart, so it's representing the galactic center. From Virgo to Libra is that galactic center. I don't know what the aspecting is for this December 21st, but there's something. I know there's been some coming full circle of different aspects. But I was also getting, the timelines I just posted were this energy of 22 to 26 and then 26 to 30. But again, we're going through all of the fire energy, right? So this is year's 23, next year is 24, which is the Queen of Wands, and then the Knight of Wands and the Page of Wands, and then the Ace of Wands. So you can see how that works in a certain way, okay? And again, this year is that King of Wands energy as we're closing out the ego of the King of Swords and learning how to, and again, the Knight of Wands in the SIRIAN Starseed deck comes up as the Knight with the slow burn. He's learned how to control his role, so to speak. And now 24 will be about the Queen of Wands. And she's different, right? Because she's got more of a magnanimous personality than the King of Wands. He's the man of passion, but she is the, right, she's the one of creativity and beauty and expressing herself creatively. All right, let's get going here. So what else do we have here? We have, so Aries is there with the Emperor. Lots of Earth and Pisces, like I said. And then we have, again, Earth. We have Capricorn, Taurus. Capricorn came up again in the underlying energies. And then we have, look at that. I wanted to say a stellium of air. So here's, for me, this is Libra, this is Gemini, and that's Aquarius for me. Wow. That's crazy. Okay. The Five of Cups in the underlying energy is the Fool and the energetic exchange. And this can be alternative spirituality, but this can also be a break from the norm, a break of a marriage, a break in contract, a break away from religion or societal norms, of traditions after Thanksgiving perhaps. Somebody's freed from that they've always had to do. Or maybe they're just feeling free, that they're happy that's over with now and everything went well. But there may have been some sadness or the need to get over yourself or get over some kind of loss. If you are in a divorce, this is someone feeling freed from that, right? Getting over the worst of it. But there may be some boredom here, which is not boredom. It's time to integrate what you've been through. So allowing yourself to be still, which for some people is easy and some people not so much. I'm not going to put these down, but look, we have two people coming up together. We have the Queen of Cups reversed and the King of Pentacles reversed. And then we have that Devil energy who had them chained together. So they're literally coming up because I showed this card to you in the underlying energy. These two coming up, ungrounded obviously, in some kind of codependency, right? Whether this is a karmic relationship or the twins. That could be coming up as well. So I actually am going to put these guys down because it's part of this underlying energy here. So you got somebody with Taurus in their chart, Definitely Aries with the Emperor and the Fool right there. And then there's water energy, which is coming up all around Pisces in your read. Okay, but that could represent Virgo as well. So the Ten of Pentacles in the recent past there is the end of the conflict. With perhaps the Empress reversed. And we have this on the Ten of Pentacles. So this could have been someone who was in the hospital. Did you lose a relative? And we don't have anything about death here. So if someone's passed away already, they already passed. It's not something you don't know. So this could be someone ill or in lack or in a losing battle, right? If she's got illness. And again, this could be someone who just had a child as well and was at the hospital, whether it's illness or pregnancy, whatever it may be. And it could be someone in a rest home. And again, we have the Empress here and the Emperor right there. So why is she coming up as your block, right? Is this somebody who's on hospice, you know, and you're waiting for that passing, perhaps to move on because you have to take care of all the paperwork and the physical work that goes along with all of that. And then we have the Wounded Warrior here too with the Empress reversed, okay? They may have spent, we have the Eight of Wands and the Nine of Wands, someone who's spent a long, long time taking care of someone or taking care of the family, or being the one who's responsible for the whole family or the business. This could be a combined family and business. And then the foundation of the King of Pentacles, which you already have here, reversed. So he may be ungrounded. Maybe he's lost some time, money, effort lately, or just going through some illness. So there's some ungrounded energies there. But he looks like he's trying to ground, like maybe he needs to be more outside if he's ungrounded, okay? But also could be someone who's all about the money or stability. He could be coming up as a Capricorn. The King of Pentacles, Virgo, November to December. All right, we have the Knight of Pentacles and the Seven of Swords. And this is someone who could be disabled. Or is it someone being stubborn and they're just in fear without the balls to move on and go forward or get back up on the horse? Right? There's no movement with this, right? So they literally, maybe they hurt themselves or had a stroke and he can't move, obviously. This also could be someone who's just resisting, though, because they're being stubborn, or they don't want to work, or they can't work, or they're disabled, or again, they're just in fear. But being in this position is pulling in the negative element. This is all yellow too, which is the solar plexus. The solar plexus, which is confidence. So this is fear. What do we have as the bottom card here? We have the Five of Cups. Okay, remember that. So getting over some kind of loss, whether it's losing a family member or relationship, there's fear holding him back. Because this also could be somebody, they're not going to move forward. They refuse to move forward until they get information about you. This could be a private investigator. This also could be someone stealing information, right? Or intellectual property, but it could also just be getting away with something or running away. This could be someone just being sneaky, you know, trying to find something out. But there's something they're waiting for in order to not be afraid to go forward. This also could be a go-between of getting someone, an air sign, to go between, to sneak around and get information that the King of Pentacles wants. And is he dealing with a child as well with the Knight of Pentacles? That's possible. We do have this. This could be an independent child or a partner who may be younger than the King of Pentacles here, or just independent. Nine of Pentacles for Virgo. So the Two of Wands is coming up reversed here, which is feeling like they have no options, or perhaps they chose a new path, but they can't implement it right at this moment. They're waiting for something. So here's the Wheel of Fortune reversed. Perhaps there's some kind of slowdown, or it's just that the mark is not what you want to be right now. Right? Some kind of twist of fate. Things are slow. And again, there's that energy of needing to be still. And then we have the World to come full circle, to get closure here. So it's just not, it's like, oh, it's like the end of a race, you know, like before you touch the edge of the pool where you just have to glide to the end. You don't, there's no effort there. You just glide into the wall. Or whatever race is like that, where, you know, that last little bit, there's no effort in it. It's, and I want to get effervescence, I'm getting too. So this is very much an energy of a divine feminine, of a Pisces, of a neighbor, but someone who's being completely authentic to themselves, looking in the mirror and not unafraid to go into the pool with their bathing suit on. So just, you know, perhaps loving themselves, but they just can't move forward to the new path yet. The challenge is the Three of Pentacles. And it could be, you know, waiting for the King of Pentacles, who's waiting for something. And that could be waiting for a death of someone. It could be waiting for an illness to be over. The Three of Pentacles here. So there may be frustration at work, or in co-creating, or not being able to co-create. Or again, after dumping 10, having another one to dump as well. This is a lack of inspiration, or, you know, not finding humor in anything. Feeling forced to go to work, but this is dumping all of your responsibilities here. But first is this could be turning someone down too, right? Someone might have offered passion or a project, but you'd had 10, you just dumped, or you're about to anyway. So someone might have, you know, wanted to add this 11th wand here, and this was rejected. As a matter of fact, I'm turning down all of them now, and I'm dumping all my responsibilities. Okay, and then there's the Six of Cups reverse, which is some kind of falling out in the past, or dealing with issues with kids, or bad memories about this, and it's not something you want to do anymore. Perhaps Thanksgiving brought something up that broke the camel's back, and then freed you basically from your slavery, and whatever that means to you. So the Four of Pentacles. And in the SIRIAN Starseed deck, and I don't know if deck is coming up, but the Four of Pentacles in the SIRIAN Starseed deck is very much the Divine Masculine in the Bat Cave, the crystal Bat Cave, actually. But here he's not protected. He's out in the open. And we have the Page of Pentacles reversed, which is someone who needs help or opportunity, or this is someone who didn't get invited and they're mad. And there's the Knight of Cups too. And then we have the Judgment card reversed. Somebody didn't call them to let them know or ask them to go. All right, we could have Aquarius there. And it looks like kids, so you might be having difficulty with children, or perhaps they're just not feeling good after drinking too much at Thanksgiving. And again, grumpy, just getting grumpy. Maybe you're watching Grumpy Old Men. I think someone just said that there's a part 2 as well, so that somebody could be watching that. What's coming up for you is the Hanging Man for Virgo, November to December. 2023, Virgo. All right, we have the Eight of Swords and the Nine of Swords, upright and reversed. That's all the in-between. Between the 7 and the 13, that's what this is. And then here is this offer of a new life. So from going through all of this anxiety or imprisonment, someone could have been in jail, and going through this nightmare of it never ending and coming out the other end with a whole new life. And a wake-up call here. But the Judgment card's reversed, so it's like holding back an announcement. We're not quite there yet, but it's coming. There is an offer on the table already here. And that was coming to the Seven of Pentacles, which in the SIRIAN Starseed deck, this is the Divine Feminine in the E Tower. This could be someone reaping the rewards of their efforts, of their savings, being still. It could be retiring or just enjoying yourself and deciding how you're going to move forward. Are you going to invest? Are you going to work? Are you going to do something new? But there is time, money, and effort for sure coming out of this suffering, this long-term suffering, 8 to 9 swords worth. Is their name Swordsworth? Swords. There's somebody's name is coming up. Swordsworth. 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 How did I get Woolworth? I don't know. Let me know what's coming up for you, though. Oh, assessing their worth as well. We have 7 pentacles here, and they're adding another one. So it could be stockpiling. All right, to see how much you have. Maybe you're taking inventory of work or home to see how much you're worth, to see if you can retire. Right, after all these years of working. Perhaps it's something you didn't necessarily want to do. You see yourself as the High Priestess here. On the 3 of Cups. And this can be after the gathering. It doesn't mean that you were miserable, but it could be like, you know, just that after effect of coming together with people on this kind of low energy. People are tired because of the celebrations, but it could be, you know, being antisocial, not wanting to come together. Perhaps there's bad influences around or some gossip, but there is justice here. There is balance in this. Or Libra, or some kind of judge here. I'm getting Judge Judy for whatever reason. I never get that. The 10 of Cups is reversed. All right, so this is an end of an emotional cycle. But also could be an unhappy family, but there's justice. We have the 3 of Cups reversed and then the 10 of Cups reversed. But there's balance here. So it could just be recovering from so much happiness, you know, the need to rest and be still afterwards, to ground and integrate what you've experienced or what you've learned. And she hasn't come up yet. Let's see. The 2 of Cups is coming up as the 7 of Wands, standing up for yourself. And this is like 2 people talking to each other, right? This one's standing up for themselves and being careful not to be defensive or react. And here's someone keeping to themselves who won't give them an inch. Right? Trying to keep their energy clear. It's really funny, actually, how that's coming up. And this is someone who's not getting any sleep, or they're both going through this awakening here. And perhaps levitating, not sleeping and rising above. Maybe one's not sleeping, the other one's awakening. Right? Or this one's just meditating and focusing on keeping their energy clear. And perhaps this one's dealing with their family, you know, or the group, and standing up for themselves. And it's like they're by doing this, helping them do that, and vice versa is coming up as connecting with each other to rise above, but in connection with each other. This could be levitating too, or just feeling comfortably numb. And again, that energy of comfort is coming up as well, blanketed. The Empress is coming up with the 10 of Swords and the Knight of Wands reversed. So this is a painful ending or ending pain. This could be someone who hurt themselves, falling off the horse. This also could be the player who fell short of expectations, perhaps in their mother's eyes. So this could be an injury, or it could be an ending, a painful ending, or someone who ends pain for others, but this is a block for you, right? You're not wanting to deal with any player energy here. But it could be someone who fell short of expectations. So they just didn't know how much energy it was going to take, and maybe they don't have as much energy as they used to. This also could be someone paralyzed by their passions. But it could, you know, if someone had a horse accident, you know, that could have been a bad injury here. But this is a block of yours. It's a worry or something that happened in the past that you're worried might happen again. And the Empress is reversed. And maybe this is a mother who passed away already, but it took a long time, and you don't want to have to go through that again with somebody else. That could be coming up. And then we have the Wheel of Fortune there. Tower reversed and the Sun reversed. So after the sudden events, or after the drama, after the resistance, which there is resistance here, and we have Scorpio and Leo reversed here. And that's like ego and stubbornness. And this is kids all over the place, or kids being cranky, or just low energy, you know. This could be a lot of excitement and fun, or a sudden a vacation, and then here is that going back to work kind of energy. So it's just destiny, right? It's the Wheel of Fortune. It's saying it's reversed here because it's just like waxing and waning of the moon. You just had to build up to the holiday, and now you need the decline, right? The ascension and descension, and DEC is short for dissension when it comes to planetary stuff. So there's that reference to December as well. December. So December is a time to take off. It's the holidays, right? And then here is the Ace of Swords. And with this comes the truth. So out of this recovery, so to speak, that's a natural process, comes the aha moment, the truth. This also could be someone finding their truth. We have Scorpio, Leo reversed, and Libra reversed here. And these three air signs right there. And the truth coming forward, perhaps from children, but this can be triumphing over the Crown. Maybe someone's watching the series, The Crown. And then we have the Star here, which is fame, reputation, right? Having your dreams come true, healing. But again, Aquarius is coming up here. So Aquarius may be getting some truth here. This could be an honoring. This could be dubbing. I'm getting George Michael's, right? Wasn't he knighted? I'm getting someone being knighted. And that's coming up as you. Or whoever this other earth sign is, if it's not you. But it's coming up as this divine feminine energy. Perhaps Pisces and Libra involved. Or perhaps a person in your life. Could be a child. Someone being knighted or blessed, or perhaps having their crown served to them on a silver platter. And normally I would think of that as something negative, but I'm not feeling negative right here. And if it is negative, they're not taking it that way. They're fine. Or here's somebody else. So are you changing perspective all of a sudden after feeling really good, feeling sad, or is this somebody else around you? And this is the underlying energy, that Five of Cups. Someone might be feeling sad in your light, right? It's making them feel less than. And I'm getting your umbrella. So under your canopy, right? This could be bringing someone in under your health benefits, or a job benefit of some kind. Someone doesn't feel worthy of receiving your droppings, so to speak. But we have the Seven of Pentacles over here receiving an eighth. And that can be someone offering a pentacle. But there's not really much discrepancy here. This is Seven of Pentacles and the Nine of Pentacles. They're both good. But there's some sadness or lack of worthiness there. But look what's coming, the truth coming in on this side during this slowdown period, which is supposed to be that way. And we have the Ace of Cups coming in on the other side. And the aces are all upright here. So this is really positive. Now the Ace of Cups is coming from the King of Wands, who could also be really tired. He is offering love. And normally a mean person like this, reversed, would not be offering this big love here. But he's the one coming in he can't even look at her in the eye. He's in love, but he doesn't feel worthy of that love. And yet there's the magician. He is the magician of her high priestess. Wow. Wow. That's all I got to say about that. And now Forrest Gump is coming up. And that's all I got to say about that. And Sister Act. And Michael Jackson. And Richard Simmons. And Peter Gabriel. And George Michaels. I'm trying to think of Peter Gabriel. What song needs to come up for Peter Gabriel? I don't know. Maybe you guys know. I can't think of his songs right now, and nothing's coming in. So, well, maybe that's why. Maybe nothing's coming in. I don't even know if Peter Gabriel is still around. I think he is. We have the Lovers here. With this Seven of Cups reversed and the Page of Swords. And this is about a message around, so this is about, you know, having lots of choices, and it can be overwhelming. So when it's overwhelming, you know, you find the one and then you let the rest go. But it's also could be dumping emotional attachments that no longer serve you. You may feel like all your dreams were dashed. But then this message comes in. It's a dark night, wanting to share. And there's the Three of Pentacles of working together. But they don't feel worthy. But they're working on it. Very interesting. Did the Lovers even come out already? Or the Two of Cups? I don't know. What is this call about? Is this the call from the lover? We have the Queen of Wands and the Four of Pentacles. This is good. This is reversed because he's Scrooge over here. This is someone letting go, perhaps this is the Queen of Wands laying all their cards on the table. Is this someone in their feminine aspect, you know, able to do this? Letting go, fixing up the place, wanting to make amends with someone here. This could be someone calling you up, wanting to get together, perhaps two lovers, two friends out in the cold together, or someone needs a ride home from their office visit or the hospital. All right, there's a lack of affection here, perhaps. And there's sirens going on. I don't think Teddy's going to start. He imitates the sirens sometimes, but he only imitates the sirens in downtown Philadelphia, but not here for whatever reason. I don't know. The pitch must be different. So there could be, you could be dealing with a pitch here. And someone's selling something. So we have this energy of the lovers out in the cold, but there's a disconnect here of affection. There's no affections here. But the Queen of Wands is upright, and there is an awakening here, an aha moment, right? After thinking about it, seeing new perspectives, coming to a realization, and being a patient angel here. You know, Pisces or Capricorn and reversed, and then the Sagittarius is upright right here. So let's see what else is coming out for you guys. We have, after this, the Judgment, and the Judgment came up reversed. So again, there's that energy of holding back a call in the downturn, and there's a lack of affection here. But there is going to be a call. This is just prior to the call. Somebody might need to swallow their pride, so maybe they're working up their courage to do that. We have Justice upright here. There is justice. And it's Libra as well. And again, someone could be stepping down, the feminine judge energy. We have the Tower here, which came up reversed over here. So perhaps after sudden events, or again, resistance. But again, this could be in court with drama going on. And there's that Page of Wands with a message. This could be somebody in the country or at the country house, the ranch. Maybe they're dressing up. what is the word? I can't remember it. Not recreation, I want to say reintervention, everything, a performance of dressing up and doing that kind of stuff. This could just be someone stepping up to the plate, perhaps taking a walk, getting some fresh air, going to the country, or just at home. After all the drama, perhaps somebody was in court, but this could be a final divorce coming through as well, right? Someone's holding back an announcement. It could be of a divorce due to all the drama, or after all the sudden events. Perhaps someone just needs some quiet time to recover from all that, right, and gather their thoughts. And then there's the Hermit. The Hermit came up in the clarifiers yet. So Hermit's coming up to light the way up. Usually I say on the long way down, but I'm getting the Hermit's lighting the way for when you get up there so you can see the light. And then here we have the, right, standing on the high ground here with the advantage. So the Hermit might have the home field advantage there. And then we have the King of Wands coming in here. And they're both looking down now. It's so cute, right? Because they're both kind of looking down to see what's down there. I don't know if they're looking for something. They could be. Maybe they're looking to see if there's enough snow to go skiing. But they're all on hills, you see. He hasn't gotten up off of his chair, though. He's got his money clip slippers on, and there's this little lizard over here who's eyeing those money clip slippers. So what's going on? What's the message down there? We have justice. Justice. So it's coming up. So somebody's reputation may have been tainted here, or something is going on under the radar at night, right? The howling as the full moon's creeping up now. I realized I was still talking about the new moon yesterday, the day before, whenever it was. And the moon is really quite full right now. So there's this energy of needing attention or feeling like a failure here. And that comes up with the full moon to release. Perhaps to do a dance, to perform, right? So people can't see what's really going on behind the scenes. Perhaps someone's preparing a surprise for someone to end the inner war for good. We have the High Priestess right there and the Magician right there. So it looks like the masculine's going to be performing for the feminine to put her at ease. And then we have the Tower reversed. Tower reversed. The Page of Wands reversed and the Chariot reversed. It's such a good read, even though so many cards are coming up reversed, but it's not coming up that negative at all. So some kind of, in this drama that's been going on, or just the cleanup after sudden events, this is someone frustrated, or perhaps their energy is a bit ungrounded all over the place, or doesn't have a car. This could be an issue with travel or vacation or a vehicle, like I said, or just someone's stuck. They're stuck in the drama. They're stuck after the sudden events of court, right? Or something that's very final. And perhaps they just don't have the final message, right? So maybe there's a, just like even a trial, if it's a criminal trial or just a divorce or whatever kind of trial it is, or court, the decision may have been made already, but you need the final paperwork. Could be coming up here too after all that drama. And then there's the Two of Cups. And it's upright with the Ten of Pentacles. Someone doesn't have a car, or didn't have a car, or didn't want to drive. Maybe it's a long distance. And maybe they weren't sure. But someone did come together with the Ten of Pentacles, family, business, or community, and it was lovely. And then we have the King of Swords on the other side, overworking, perhaps couldn't come because they had to work. This also could be things weren't working out. He could be in negative self-talk over here. Maybe he's someone who snaps out a lot verbally. We have the King of Swords upright, reversed here, and then we have the Page of Swords. I mean, he's finding peace afterward, or maybe he's traveling. Maybe he's traveling home now to find some peace. After perhaps wasn't able to come. Maybe someone wasn't able to come and then found out somebody was there, and then they were disappointed, but now finding peace, and now someone's perhaps on their way home or traveling. And getting over it. This could be forgiveness and apology. Maybe the weather was bad, so they couldn't get there. Right? Someone might be making peace with the Father, the Emperor. We have the King of Swords and the Emperor here. Some kind of message there regarding those two. So we have the Emperor over here. The Empress is your block. The co-creation, Three of Pentacles, is also a challenge here. And I believe that was upright. Well, I don't know if it came out yet or not. Oh yeah, here's the Three of Pentacles. So both the Emperor and the Empress are reversed, all right? So maybe both of your parents have passed. This also could be parents or grandparents that have been going through a divorce. But the Two of Cups is upright here. So the energy between you and your mother, perhaps, even if she's no longer with you. Perhaps you've made peace with that. Or maybe you've made peace with the partnership between your mother and father. Or perhaps they have new relationships now. But they're both reversed. Maybe they're both going through illnesses. And we have the King of Pentacles. You know, this could be an aide as well as a partner. This could be someone who's ungrounded by this one over here. Maybe it's getting to be too much. They're feeling weak. Perhaps they don't want to do it anymore, or they just need the strength and the courage to get through this. And then we have the Hermit with the King of Wands. And what are they looking at? The King of Wands come up already? I know this video is really long, but that's okay. All right, okay. There's the Page of Cups and the Hermit. So that could be a hermit and a child, or puppy love, a message of love. They're standing on snow, and they're standing at the water on the beach. And again, perhaps connecting with each other, you know, kind of reporting on the situation here. We have a lot of snow, and maybe this one's coming from a warm place and wants to go skiing, or vice versa, or just, you know, this might have been the conditions of coming to Thanksgiving, being present there, and maybe them saying, oh, you didn't miss anything, don't worry about it. But uncomfortable emotions perhaps here, and not being able to walk away from something. Right, this in the visit, or now that the party's over. We have the Queen of Swords and the King of Cups upright, with the Knight of Swords reversed as the last card. That's coming up. Where's that King of Wands? All right, so the King of Wands is reversed. So he's coming up as this card, the King of Wands. He's reversed. He could be Leo or Aries. They're both right there. He may be just really cranky or tired. He's not doing well, or he's some kind of illness, or someone with an aide. You know, this could be a grandparent with an aide as well. And this could be two, you know, the Queen of Swords, that could be you and somebody else. This could be a Virgo masculine as well. But again, these two different energies being very loving coming in. This could also be, you know, someone saying, well, why don't you go visit them? And telling the King of Cups to go visit the King of Wands reversed, who may not be feeling well. Or maybe they have to go home. So, and we have the King of Cups upright with the Page of Cups upright and the Hermit upright. It's all good. There's nothing wrong for you here. We have the Magician upright and the Hermit upright. Got the King of Cups and the Page of Cups at the end of your read, both upright. The King of Wands is struggling there as the Knight of Swords, so he might be cranky, and he may be either trying to hold his tongue or just lashing out a little bit there. Or perhaps the Queen of Swords and the King of Cups are telling the King of Wands not to come over because they're doing good and they'd rather not get sick. Maybe he's a cold or something. This also could be someone from Thanksgiving who has to drive home or fly home and they're not feeling well. You know, and that, or that could be maybe you wanted to go visit your father one more time before you go home from the weekend. Maybe the father's not feeling well. So they say don't bother. But for you, I mean, there's a lot of energy regarding Thanksgiving and just families in general. But like I said, there is amazing energy in this read here. And don't forget we have birth here. Somebody could be dealing with a child as well. It wasn't the focus of your read. Babies was not the focus. But there's a birthing energy of the feminine here. Big time. Right? Nine of Pentacles, the High Priestess, and the Empress. Even though she's reversed, this is a block for you. Doesn't mean it's true. But you're challenged by the mother energy reversed, or the boss energy reversed, or the matriarch of the family in a negative sense. And then challenged by work as well. Challenged by work or co-creating. Or co-creating mother and daughter could be coming up. Again, this could all just be the family, right? King of Pentacles, Nine of Pentacles, Four of Pentacles could be somebody else in the family who's letting go, making amends. And then we have the Empress, which is another earth energy of this Ten of Pentacles family, perhaps. It's just in the slowdown. So it's the natural slowdown cycle right now for you to ground and integrate what you've experienced without a lot of affection. And someone's preparing, again, someone needs to swallow their pride, or they just need to call. Maybe you're waiting for someone to call in order to make your next move. I can confirm that. And that can just be, you know, day-to-day business kind of stuff for Virgo. November to December 2023. Virgo. 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 Unhealed wounds are what are blocking this forward movement. There's a connection here, perhaps in passing, that's passionate but not enduring. And everything happens for a reason, just like the natural timing of this. Okay, and there's two cards here in the middle that want to come out too. Abundance, you've done the work. Abundance flows to you now. It's time to laugh, goof off, and enjoy each other. And the bottom of the deck is denial. Detach with love to clearly see the truth. So again, this is not the time. There's a leap of faith coming. It's safe to make the move you're considering, but it's like just be aware of this stuff first. And then you realize it's safe to make the leap of faith. We want you to goof off and have some fun. You have done the work. Abundance flows to you now. This is really positive for you. But there's other people who are still doing something, right? It's not quite time yet. Like you're waiting on somebody else waiting on something else to happen before they can make their next move. We have this underlying energy. So this is going away. Detach with love to clearly see the truth. So let go, which is coming up here, is someone letting go. And then let's pull a card from my Lenormand Kipper and my Lenormand Reverie and Kipper decks. It's an hour and a half already, okay. It's okay. One more card. One more card. Don't forget on hold, hold, keep holding, and then So you have that energy of epiphanizing. And what is the last energy for Virgo here? It was such beautiful energy. You see the initial spread. I want you to remember that, because that's what you're moving towards, literally. Beautiful. Wow. This can be some kind of public declaration or a public event, but this is the 20. It's that wake-up call, a decision. It's reversed right now. It's that call. Someone needs to call. Someone needs to swallow their pride. Perhaps just holding off an announcement until something happens, that kind of energy here. This could be some kind of event that's outside, something special. Maybe you're dealing with plants and how to bring them inside. We have the 8 of Swords here too, which is that imprisonment energy of anxiety. And this could be allergies too. And then we have the 38 of the Queen of Cups, who came up in the beginning, reversed. So she's still got some work on her bridges. They're built, but they need some work to make them a little bit more stabilized. Remember, both of you're four-legged race now, but you know, you just got there, so it's like the new baby legs just need some stabilizing from this beautiful, like that's this heaven on earth energy, and just making sure the bridges to get there are nice and strong. So when the 28 guy with the rose comes in and love, that it will stand the test of time. Wow. Wow. Breakthrough of the sun. And the 6 is the love, family, and lovers, the Gemini energy, and the King of Wands, who's reversed here. So he's reversed. So he's tired. He's still working on something. And there may be a message of concern coming through, and there's that Sagittarius energy. But the Temperance card did come up upright. Someone might have a patient issue. And again, there's some award here. Someone getting knighted or something. The Knight of Swords. Underlying energy is some kind of, again, court. This is over court, over divorce, house, children, whatever it might be. Union and home is coming up here. And there's that 14 of the Sagittarius as we're going to Sagittarius, the wounded warrior surrendering here. And then we have, for this honoring here, someone's getting through the maze. Like you finally made it. Woohoo! You made it through the maze. Amazing grace. And 43 is that 3 of Cups of coming together. And it's not here, but it's on the way. It's all about the journey of the Wheel of Fortune with number 10, which they told you is reversed right now. It's just not the right timing. And someone's expecting that train to come in. Woo-hoo! And it says F.W. Baker on there. I don't know if that's significant to someone. It might be. I'm seeing something on the front of there. It looks like E.M. Oh, it's C.M. It's just the author's initials again. They're always on a lot of the cards here. But the train, the caboose is coming up. I'm getting this as the feminine and the masculine right here. He's about to board the train. And trains coming up, the band train, and there's a gift coming too. Again, dreams coming true with the 17, the star. Star's up right here. And here's the King of Wands, and what he's doing is he's standing up for himself to make everybody else clean up their own messes for once, okay? Whether it's kids, pets, people in his life, he's no longer going to let everyone dump it on him to save the day, okay? And this, it could be a divorce or some kind of settlement going on in court as well that's being cleaned up. So the train's on its way, you guys. I'm getting with train, I'm getting drops of Jupiter. So there you go, Virgo. Beautiful read. Wow. So remember your water to make you feel good and healthy, and you know, love your water, so when it goes through you, you have the highest vibrational activation, and then it goes through you and out to the earth, to everybody else. So make sure to love your water, get your rest, love yourself. Remember, you're mostly water, and your joy in your nature. Go out there and touch trees as it's getting cold, right? If you can't take your shoes off, make sure you touch your plants, touch the earth outside or the trees, take a salt bath or do some meditation to help you ground. And rise and be love. I will see you next time. Have an amazing rest of your year. I know it's going to be amazing. Bye.